murder. And I don't feel so good.
That's it.
And the head screw ended. What's all this, man? The convicts at the other end of the hall are complaining that they can't sleep. The way you two men in the death cell keep laughing all night. And it's not the first time neither. You gotta stop laughing, eh, you two? These hard labour convicts have got to work in the day. You two don't do nothing but sit around and smoke cigarettes and crack jokes. You are going to get into serious trouble. If the governor finds out. What's all this? Hey? Don't you know you can't come onto duty improperly dressed? What sort of an example? Do you think you are to these condemned men, eh? And look at those holes in those socks. I've never seen so many holes in them. More hole than sock. Come on now, man. Put the other boot on too now, man. What do you want to take your boots off for? Eh? To show the two men in the condemned death cell the holes in your socks. Put the other boot on, man. Has he ever seen you walking about the streets looking for holes? I don't know what he has or what he hasn't seen. I only know that the only time I've ever been walking about the streets looking for holes was on the other side of town from where he lives. No final quip. No last final word of comfort, even. You know that I found it in the shadow of the gallows, eh? That a joke, or a solemn speech, meant just about the same thing. And from the sounds that I heard later on, when the hangman came to perform his office, it sounded like everything went off very efficiently. I heard the tramp of the feet on the iron stairs and the locking and the unlocking of the gates. But no voices. No orders had to be given. Every man knew exactly what was expected of him. Even Stoffels. who I thought played his part remarkably well, eh? Considering that he wasn't rehearsed or anything. And he wasn't getting paid for it either. Look, the others were getting paid for their services. It was only Stoffels who was giving his services free.
He was asleep on the blankets on the floor that afternoon. He was dreaming. He woke to find the governor in the death cell. It was the governor who had called on him, and not the sheriff.
It was the governor, man, and not the sheriff. The water runs down your neck when it rains. And I got used to having my rammies caked with mud and my hands calloused from the hammer. Yeah, I wouldn't have exchanged that for any other job in the booth, man. And they didn't mind if you spoke to the man next to you. As long as you kept your voice down and you spoke out corner of your mouth. Yes, sir. I said, forgetting that I no longer needed to call him sir.
I can't believe that Barbie can just be on that stage all by herself and just become all those amazing characters. She's really, really something special.
I'm really enjoying the show. It's very good. It's actually amazing how Barbie melts into the background and the characters come out. Even though she's the only one telling the story, she's really talented and it's fantastic to be here.
Well, you know, I actually know Barbie quite well. I actually go to her drama classes and she's incredible. And she was mentioning it's about 70 pages of dialogue, or not monologue, that she had to memorize, which is really incredible. And I'm really proud of her. I think this is it's a very deep storyline, bit of dark humor, and I've really enjoyed it. Can't wait to see the second half.
I think this show is absolutely fabulous. What would we do without a Barbie Meyer on the South Coast? We have to have this sort of arts and entertainment in Margate because we don't have anything like this on the South Coast. And Barbie, well done. We need more of you, and thank you.
Barbie, we've come to the end of a very short run of the latest offering that you've given us on your favourite man, Herman Charles Bosman.
Absolutely.
Tell me, how did it feel at the show to be acting in front of a live audience again after quite a long time that you've been away from this man?
Indeed, yeah. Certainly his Herman Charles Bosman, I haven't been on stage doing his work for a good 2.5 years. And it's absolutely splendid doing his work again. I love it. And we've had such beautiful audiences on both nights. And it's just so lovely to have that response to his work because his work is so incredibly strong. So that it's been a wonderful experience. But, you know, it is really just the cherry on the top, hey? Of the performing of the piece at the end, because it's such a long journey. The journey, and as I always say to people, it's a part that I love, is the compilation. Putting together, deciding which work, tearing my heart out, should I take that in, should I put that out, putting it together, then the rehearsals, then getting bogged on by my director for doing things incorrectly, and then getting them right in the exhilaration. So the actual performance on the evening is just like, it's like having port after your meal. It's wonderful, wonderful to be back doing his work.
Did you actually hear the response from the audience when they were laughing? Do you actually hear it, or does it go over the top?
It's a funny thing. That's why I always say to people, I really don't need to take drugs. Isn't that a wonderful thing? Because, so you've got to ask me why.
Why?
Okay. Because everything is so surreal when you're on the stage that I hear every single tiny, it's all sight and sound. It's the most amazing thing. That's why everybody should do it at least once in their life. You become so keyed into your senses that even when I look down and I see a little hair on the floor, it's like in 3D. So when I hear a response, it's like 3D. It's the most wonderful thing. So I do hear the response, and it's wonderful to have a live audience for that reason, because you can play on that. And it was so wonderful doing them this time because people caught on to such beautiful little soft nuances in his work and giggled or went, oh, or giggled when they shouldn't have because of societal norms or whatever. So absolutely, I love to do it for a appreciative live audience. It's wonderful.
Now, you loved the performance so much, you're going to be doing this one again for us?
Yes. Oh, isn't that absolutely wonderful? I'm so grateful. The second night was sold out, and I've been specifically asked to do it. I'll do it one more night on the South Coast before we go up to Midlands and the Mariko in October. So yes, down here I'll be back at the Riverbend because it's so cute. You can you know how it feels, like you're in the Voorkamer with me, and I think, or in this case, in the prison. So end of May. We haven't confirmed a date yet, but I'll let you know. End of May we'll do another once-off show down here because quite a few people didn't manage to get in. So isn't that wonderful?
Absolutely brilliant for the South
Wouldn't
Coast.
you be so glad?
I think so.
Absolutely.
Barbie, thank you for the culture that you bring to our coast.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And to our audiences, thank you for coming, and please come along and support again and read his work. It's such beautiful stuff.
Why read it? I can watch you.
Indeed. Oh, I do like that.
Thank you.
Pleasure. Thank you so much.